Good morning, good morning. I hope this finds you safe and well. I'm just looking out of the window and we have got 4 to 5 inches of snow up here. We are at 1,100 feet above sea level, of course, on the Pennines. But the real news is it's drifting and we've got 4 to 5 foot drifts in places. And that might mean we're a bit cut off from the village. Time will tell. We'll see if the snowplow makes it through to us. In the meantime, we are well provisioned. So, what we got for you today? Really important news. This affects the EU and it also affects the UK. The EU's enforcement programme for the next year or two, I think it runs to 2024, something like that. Anyway, they decided they were going to get their customs people to enforce some of the aspects of REACH. And they've brought this in as what are called tariff document codes. Now, those are extra tariff codes that refer to documentation that should be provided, I think, on request, but it's telling people there's this particular thing attached to this particular product coming in under this main tariff code. And if you're in chemicals, we never had to deal with these before. They've been used for like agricultural products and seeds and stuff like that. So this is a real first. It started on the 7th of February and it's coming completely under the radar. The first time most people are coming across it is because they've got something stuck at customs and it's not being allowed to be moved. So you can find out what these new tariff document codes are on the .gov.uk website. I'm just putting a link here. It's some kind of Annex 5 or something like that. But that link there will take you to a page on the .gov.uk website. And you can download it as an open document spreadsheet, I think. And then you can convert that to an XLS file and then convert that to an XLSX file, which is a lot more stable. So you can have a look there. And we've also put some information about the exact codes and how to interpret them at this early stage, because there's actually a lot of uncertainty because the codes have been written so badly. But there's a bit of information about that in today's newsletter. Now, it's a public newsletter, which regular watchers will be aware I do occasionally when we've got something super important. So you can look at the details there. Literally just go on. It's an ordinary web page. If you like the newsletter, then there is a sign up link at the bottom of the page to get copies in the future and also to look at the archives. But I hope that's useful. It's like I say, it affects the UK and it affects the EU. As far as we can tell, the UK has brought that in for import as well as export to the EU. But the whole thing is so new and so fresh, we don't quite know what's going on. Now, the good thing is we will be discussing it on Tuesday at the next meeting of the Chemical Regulations Self-Help Group. And I will put a link to the self-help group here if anybody's interested in it. It is an invite-only chemicals discussion group for people within the chemical supply chain. Yes, I'm a consultant, but I facilitate it. And we do have a few carefully selected consultants who are there to help the membership. But that's one reason it's invite only, so we can make sure that the people in the meeting are there to help and to discuss and to participate and not there to sell, which is always the problem with things like that, which if you're not really careful, will just turn into consultants trying to outcompete themselves. So anyway, yeah, that we are going to talk about this in the self-help group, and we do have one of our customs experts in the room with us, as well as people who've been affected by this. So I think it's going to be really interesting. We should get more information on that by this time next week. But yes, it's been a real under the radar moment. And I don't know, we seem to keep having these things with either regulations or customs around chemicals running at least one a month. And, how many people do they think are employed in the industry? All these distractions here, there, and everywhere. It's, maybe I'm just feeling a bit old. Anyway, that's the work bit of it. What about reasons to be cheerful? Well, I came across a really interesting old show called The Sketch Show, which only ran for a couple of seasons in the UK. I think it was 2001, 2002, something like that. And I quite liked some of what they were doing, so I thought, let's have a little series of them. And the first one today is Phobias Workshop, which is very timely because I just put the link below this video. In today's newsletter, which you can go and read online, we're actually also talking about cosmetic phobia. I'm not sure if I've got that right, but one of the bees in my bonnet, like a lot of people in the industry, is the fact that people in cosmetics market far too heavily on chemicals free, as if there even is such a thing. So there might be a bit of a rant in the newsletter about that, and I could not resist this Phobias Workshop sketch from The Sketch Show either. So whatever you're doing today, please do stay safe and well and warm, and just take all precautions if you're badly affected by the snow, of course. And I look forward to chatting to you again next week if we're spared. Take care of yourselves. Bye.